Hey guys, it's Chris Pre with Smart Real Estate Coach again, and I wanted to throw out version 3, not version 3, video 3 of 3 for the commonly asked questions. It's not that that's all we're going to get, but I just took kind of like a lot of the questions that came up this year that were repeat, and wanted to get them out to you. In no particular order, let me just finish them up here, there's a few left. Why one of the emails came over, it actually wasn't even a member, it was someone that saw my ebook and said, you know, I had some questions. Why, the email actually said why on earth, but why would a buyer pay more than the home is worth? Well, a couple different things, guys. One is they don't always pay more than a home's worth. Okay, they'll sometimes pay top market value, but keep in mind a few things. As a tenant buyer, they're locking in their price, sometimes for 2-3 years. I've given people a 5-year. So think about that. In most markets, certainly as of the time of this filming, there's appreciation going on, and so somewhere between 3 and 8%, they're locking in that appreciation as if they own the home. That's pretty cool. Whereas if they go rent, as you all well know, the market's going to go right past them. And so for those of you that are working with buyers, I want you to make sure you explain that to them, because that's one of the biggest points for a tenant buyer, to lock in a price. They act, behave, capture equity like a homeowner would. They never can do that if they're renting. Big issue. So good question. On the opposite side of the coin, I lumped these together on purpose. The question came in questioning why a seller would do a longer term lease. I'm looking at my answers, but there's many answers here. Why would a seller do that? I don't know. I mean, I have 2 that are 9-year leases. Why did they do it? Because the amount of the mortgage was about what it was worth that day, and all they wanted is mortgage relief, and their credit was good. They just wanted mortgage relief. I have one woman that's out of state. I still to this day have not met her. I've been paying her mortgage for 2.5 years. I lost a tenant buyer, put a new one in there. That thing's going to keep going. The principal paid on that for me is fantastic. For her, she just band-aided an issue that she did not want to deal with. And actually, it was in, this is going back a few years, fall of 14, whereby the winter was coming and she was just not wanting to deal with another winter in that house. And so I took care of it. The other issue is some people are going close to a foreclosure. So they're willing to say, whatever it takes, just take it over. Other people want to avoid short sale. So these are all valid reasons why a seller is going to jump on board with you on a long-term lease option, because your option is better for them. Let's see. Nah, that was said already. How long should I lease? Well, this is similar. What is the period that I should lease option from a seller? I don't do, to go back to that other question, I don't do less than 2 years. I just don't, because if you have one little hiccup with a buyer, even if the buyer was qualified for 12 months, you're just going to be stressed trying to fill it. I always ask for 36 months minimum. We've done them as much as, you know, like I said, 9 years. And on occasion, if they asked, I've done a 2-year lease. But on a couple of those that I can remember off the top of my head, those were actually 100% principal payments too on a 2-year. Not always, but on that one it was. Or you might not care much about the spread or the principal pay down, but have a really big back end. I have a home right now way out in Western Mass. As I look at it, my spread's tiny and I get no principal pay down, but my back end's really good. So every 4 or 5 months, I ping the person on email, hey, how we doing with your credit repair? What can I do to help you? Let's get this thing financed, because that's really my big payday on that one. So the terms will vary, but don't go less than 2 years, in my opinion. This one comes up all the time from buyers, not from buyers, from sellers and from you guys, investor clients and students. What if someone goes in one of your homes and beats it up? Here's what I tell the sellers, and I'll tell you. It doesn't happen much. I'll never say never. It happened to us this year twice or once. Once this year. It's usually 1 or 2 a year out of 45 or so deals we do. And what do? Well, in my case, they really trashed it. I should have posted some pictures, but it would have embarrassed them and caused some heartache, and I don't like when people do that on social media, so I didn't do it. But it was trashed, and what we did is we had to go in there and fix it, repair rugs. We had it had fleas. We had to repaint. I mean, it was nasty. It cost me 15 grand. However, if you're doing your lease purchase deals properly and you have your spreads coming in, you are keeping a reserve with those spreads. Don't be spending that money right now. Yes, it's your money to spend, but put it in a reserve so that if you do have a hiccup once a year, You say, okay, no problem, I'll do the right thing, legally, morally, and ethically. I'll get in there and fix that house, and then I'll put someone else in it. We put another tenant buyer in there who's better, frankly. And if I think back to last year and the year before that, same thing happened. We had one, and it wasn't that costly, maybe a couple $1,000. But the fact is, we sold it to a better tenant buyer. Luck of the draw, list had built up, you know, call it whatever you want to call it. In each case, it was a better deal that we put someone else in it. I think that's it, guys. Most of the questions came in videos 1 and 2. Hope that helps. If you have other questions, please email them over to us. Keep them coming, because not only can I answer them on this, but I'll answer you on email personally, and it helps you bridge some gaps or piece some things together. I want to do that with you. If you have not applied yet for the JV partnership in your particular area and you don't know if it fits for you, definitely click on the application. It's several places on the website. Get your application over, let me review it. Worst case, even if it's not a fit for you, or even if your area or geographic location is taken, we can do a strategy call together. I'll hear about your business. I'll hopefully offer you some little nuggets to take away and go ahead and act on in your business. Hope that helps. Make it a great